Every mind is a world of its own, and some minds see the world in ways most of us can hardly imagine. This is a story about difference, understanding, and the power of embracing the spectrum. The autism spectrum. Autism spectrum disorder, ASD, is a complex neurodevelopmental condition. It affects how a person communicates, processes information, and interacts with the world.
Autism is a neurological developmental disorder that affects children in different ways. Normally we talk about social communication, their social interaction, their behaviors. Normally these are the key areas that you normally can tell my child could be having a problem. Where we say if a child does not communicate at the right time, maybe we, as a parent, you would kind of take in and say, maybe my child could be having a communication issue.
The term spectrum is used because autism varies greatly from person to person. No two autistic individuals are exactly alike. Common traits include challenges with social interaction, repetitive behaviors, intense focus on specific interests, and sensitivity to sensory input. But these are just pieces of a much larger picture.
A lot of people think that people with autism are like bewitched, or like they suffer from family, it's affecting like family disadvantages or something like that, but it's not really like that. It's like any other disorder on the spectrum, which is actually diagnosed, and it's not like the mother did something wrong or like it is witchcraft. That one I can really prove like it is not correct or it is not true.
ASD is usually diagnosed in early childhood, though many adults are now being diagnosed later in life as awareness grows. There is no single cause of autism. Research suggests a mix of genetic and environmental factors may play a role.
People think that people with autism, who suffer with autism, cannot do anything by themselves, or like they don't understand, but we actually have kids that understand and follow instructions. They are really capable of doing things that you really don't expect them to do. They have so much talent.
What's clear is that autism is not caused by parenting style, vaccines, or any single external influence.
Amanya gange nze Batuka Christine nga nkola ku Dorna Centre Home for Autism era nga ndayirira abaana abalina obulemu ku bwongo. Abasinga babayita balalu naye si balalu. Buli omu ali special mu ngeri ye, tebalina bizibu, just ekibasombiwa speech. Mulimu aboogera, mulimu abatayogera.
Diagnosis often involves behavioral assessments, speech and language evaluations, and developmental screenings. Early intervention can make a profound difference.
Most of them are okay. They can manage certain things on themselves, like bathing, feeding themselves. As long as food is served, they can eat.
Feeding them is not something small.
For those living with autism, life can be both challenging and extraordinary. Communication might look different. Some speak fluently. Others use devices or gestures, but all have voices worth hearing.
On a daily basis, if we provide things, maybe like the basins, soap, water, the others, they can bathe on themselves.
Education is often tailored to meet sensory and cognitive needs. Supportive teachers and specialized programs can empower autistic students to thrive. Autism doesn't end with childhood. Adults on the spectrum pursue careers, relationships, and passions, though many face hurdles in employment and social acceptance.
It is hard to don't know what your kid does or like the talent they do, but with time you have to like concentrate.
Normally you would find that because children with autism are struggling with speech, children with autism are struggling socially, children with autism have behavioral problems, so their behaviors also become a hindrance when we are looking after them.
Despite increasing awareness, many misconceptions persist. Some believe all autistic people are savants. Others assume they lack empathy. Both are wrong.
Sometimes it would come to maybe we only maybe have, let's say, one computer, and then you'd find this person also wants to use the computer at that time. So you're going to find that they are fighting for that one computer, and then they're like, it's my turn, you have a one piano. The other person also wants the same piano at the same one time. So you find that managing teenagers with autism is not something easy.
There are procedures you can follow. Sometimes you can take them for like therapies, or like bring them into schools where they take care of kids with autism, because that is where specialists are that can really help you to like know the talent of your kids.
Representation in media is improving, but too often autism is portrayed as a stereotype. Real life is much more diverse. Around the world, the neurodiversity movement is challenging old paradigms. Instead of fixing autism, advocates are promoting acceptance, accessibility, and the idea that different is not less.
Some of them have particular behaviors. They are those that are aggressive. when they are those who are calm.
We have the teenagers now who get to an extent of being violent because they are trying to communicate, but they can't speak it out. I normally say, imagine the ants are biting you, but you can't talk. So this teenager who is struggling maybe with his energy, maybe you've given him like a small portion of food, instead of him communicating, he wants to fight, he wants to bite himself. So these are some of the big challenges we are facing with these children.
Technology, therapy, and community support have come a long way. But inclusion begins with attitude. Seeing autism not as a limitation, but a variation.
Managing teenagers with autism is not something easy. When the tantrum happens, it is some kind of a terrible moment.
A lot of people are found to be with kids with autism, but they are hidden. But we are doing like an awareness to make people know that these kids with autism are not really like a curse. They should be given to the world, or like they should be out there and not kept or hidden.
Autism is not a puzzle to be solved. It's a spectrum of humanity, colorful, intricate, and full of potential.
We have kids that can do briquettes on their own, and briquettes actually are like a way of gaining income. If they know how the process of making briquettes, like they can, if a parent is like, guided, like if the parent guides and is able to guide the child very well, they can make that a source of income. Acceptance is a really hard thing for like parents and like family members, but as a family or like as a parent, you seek for guidance and counseling. We hold counseling sessions here, and you can actually come for counseling as a parent or like a family, and we give you like guidelines.
We had an extent where some volunteers have run out of our compound because a tantrum of an adult cannot be accommodated. But of course, for me as the founder, the mother, I normally stand in as a mother and I talk to these children, and somehow we will not kind of throw them out, but we just have to love them and support them, because for them they don't understand, but we just have to continue supporting these children.
Autism is not spiritual. Autism is like any other disease, like the illnesses that people get. So I love disease.
For me as the founder, the mother, I normally stand in as a mother and I talk to these children, and somehow we will not kind of throw them out, but we just have to love them and support them, because for them they don't understand, but we just have to continue supporting these children.
To understand autism is to open our minds to a richer, more compassionate world.